Hello, I'm George Liston, CA. Welcome to Wilson On Demand. The painful stories of the women forced into sexual bondage by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II are revived in a new report by Amnesty International. The women, whose numbers now dwindle through age and infirmity, are the remnant of 200,000 brutalized victims, whose experience of war was a very personal vision of depravity and degradation. I spoke recently with T. Kumar, Director of Advocacy for Asia with Amnesty International. Amnesty International has recently published a report calling for individual reparations to the surviving women of the Japanese sexual slavery, the so-called comfort women of World War II. Why is this still an important issue?
It's important for two reasons. Number one, we need a government, in this case, Japanese government, that institutionalized sexual slavery of women during the Second World War to come clean and accept responsibility and offer apology to these women. Number two is to compensate to these women as well as women who have died, their descendants, some financial contribution to make them move forward in their life.
Even though this report is, of course, targeted at Japan and a World War II instance that still lives with us, does it go beyond that? Is it not just a case of what people might call Japan bashing? Are we talking here about an international responsibility that has to be assumed?
Yes, this is definitely not Japan bashing. Japanese themselves have gone through enough pain during the Second World War when the nuclear weapons were dropped in two cities. This is about women being used in a time of war for different purposes and abused, in this case sex slavery, and also international responsibility to make sure that this will not happen again. That's the key. Future, these type of abuses will not repeat itself for any women or children or even for a man around the world.
You mentioned the link between the past and the future. Is there a link also between the past and the present? Because we're seeing today instances of rape as an instrument of war in many theaters around the world. So is there a way in which this kind of campaign relates to that as well?
Yes. When you look away or when you don't give justice to those who are abused for a particular crime, in this case rape, then it tends to repeat itself because there is no lessons learned.
That's right.
That's why we saw Bosnia, where we had rape camps.
Yes.
Now we are seeing around the world rape as used as a weapon of war. To stop it effectively, we need effective action.
One quick question as we conclude. Because you mentioned the need for education and lessons learned, is this very important for young people in particular?
It's extremely important for young children around the world to make sure that what people have gone through during the last 2-3 wars, and to make sure that they become active as human beings, as human rights people, and to join human rights organizations to fight for the weakest and the poorest and the people who need help, and you become the champion of human rights.
What's your view? Has rape as an instrument of war received the attention and condemnation it deserves? And should Japan better acknowledge the role of its military in forced prostitution during World War II?